this going to be a serious one or?
What? What do you mean? Every interview with me
Never
is
serious.
Huh?
Never serious.
Doc G.
Yes, sir.
You're well known in motocross circles. We've introduced you as the bodyguard for Ivan Tedesco, but tell us a little bit about your true career and why everyone that rides motorcycles, everyone that's in the industry comes running to you.
That's a great question. I don't know. I would hope it would be because I'm decent at what I do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Carlos is a good mechanic and the best wanting him to wrench his bike, and I'd like to think I'm pretty decent at what I do, so people want me to wrench on their backs.
So, how did you become involved in all the action sports and the high profile clients that you have?
Luck. I think it's always luck, just being in the right spot at the right time, and then, you know, being really passionate about what you do always ends up kind of helping, but I knew that was coming. So see the distractions and the respect I get. It started kind of in surfing, and then surfing led to skate, and skate was in the moto, and they're all intertwined. And you know, it's kind of stuff I like to do. I never really rode a motorcycle, but I always enjoyed watching it, and got introduced to Tim Ferry back in the day, and I've been working with somebody ever since.
Of the percentage of people, like of the percentage of athletes, how many are motocross guys that you work with?
Wow. Now I'd say that is my bread and butter. I'd say, you know, because they've been so good to me, I kind of try and reciprocate that, and I'd say motocross is my number one patients that I treat that are professional athletes. They've been good to me, so I try to be good to them as well.
Okay, when you see at the races, many times you're there with a specific rider or a team or whatnot, but how hard is it to be asked by a rider who's not paying you to be at the races to help?
It's the hardest thing of all because
you're friends.
Exactly. So, you know, I have my practice, and I have a rule at my practice that's Switzerland. You know, it doesn't matter whether the person pays or on the weekend program or whatever. I'm going to provide them the treatment the best that I can, whether they're on Team Dr. G or not. So it is kind of hard when you end up going on the weekends and one of your guy who pays you and believes in you and trusts their body with you, and then someone else comes up and asks you to work on them. It's difficult to do, but it's also not fair. So I try and keep it with my guys that believe in me and that are on Team Dr. G, and I kind of do that at the beginning of the year, and I kind of stick with my guys throughout the year.
Yeah. Tell me about the most awkward office setting you've had. Has there been like Dungy in this one corner and RB in another corner?
Yes, that's happened quite a bit. I remember the year Marvin and Will Hahn. Well, there's always awkward things with Will Hahn in my office anyway. But when Will and Marvin were battling, it was the very last race, and they were on tables right next to each other, and you could cut the tension with a knife. But like I said, it's always awkward with Will Hahn, no matter what, when he's in your office.
Okay, chiropractors I know are big on maintenance, regular adjustments and stuff. I mean, most of the time guys are in there, they're getting fixed or rehabbed or something, but there's a lot of people that come with maintenance too, right?
Absolutely.
Maintenance,
you know,
injuries?
yes, and that's exactly what I try and preach. It's like I've said this on numerous interviews, but I really believe it. You know, we're basically the mechanics for the body. If you don't take care of your bike, the bike's not going to perform at its optimum when it's time to race it. And same thing with your body. If you don't keep it, tuned up and doing the things that you need to do. You know, we preach stretching and flexibility routines, tissue work, getting your adjustment. All those things are going to allow your body to perform at its optimum. So your bike's working the best that it can, and so is your body.
I have a good question for you.
Okay.
How come medical doctors are always poo-pooing chiropractic?
Oh, just a lack of knowledge. You know, what's that saying that people always throw rocks at the trees that bear fruit? You know, it works, and sometimes it's without doing any medication. And I mean, how hard is it to write a script for something to get rid of something? We actually have to do some work, use our hands. So, it's been one of those battles between medical doctors and chiropractors, and it's going to continue to go on for forever. But, I don't let that bother me. It's they can keep writing scripts, and I'm going to keep trying to do what I can naturally to get people to feel better.
All right, so you've fixed me multiple times and helped me out of like really painful situations. The whole stripping thing, squeezing the swelling out.
Yeah.
Why does that work? And when do you do that? And why do you smile so much for me?
because sometimes I enjoy it, to be honest with you. But there is a technique when somebody gets hurt. The natural body's tendency is to number one guard, so the muscles tighten up, and to swell. And so after an injury, obviously not right after, but once the swelling's diminished a little bit, we kind of have to flush that swelling out, and we kind of have to get the muscles to relax. So we use a technique that it's kind of similar to massaging. We call it stripping that area, and it's not fun. Dawn didn't like it, and not any of my patients like it, but it is one of those things that kind of helps speed up the healing process in the overall.
Cool. What is it that you like the most about working with motocross guys?
They're real. They're real people. I've become a fan over the years. I'd be lying to you if I didn't enjoy, if I didn't say that I enjoy just racing in and of itself. Taking a kid, I've worked with some of these guys when they weren't champions, and it took them a year, 2 years to become champions. That's the biggest thrill and the biggest gratification for me to see a Cooper Webb, a Ryan Dungey, no matter who it is, start off and you're able to help him in a small manner be able to win a championship. So I don't take credit for that, but I think they're smart and they're involving that in their program, and it is giving them a little bit of a benefit and a little bit of a head start.
Can a normal dude come in and see you?
Absolutely. I've had people, do you only treat professional athletes? And that's absolutely wrong. I treat anybody. My doors are open to the amateur, to the vet, to whoever it is, anyone looking to feel better. We treat injuries, we do maintenance, and anybody can come and see me anytime they want. Our doors are open to everybody.
What's the best way to find you?
Best way, back in my day, I'm kind of dating myself. We used to have a thing called Yellow Pages, and those don't exist anymore. So, Team Dr. G is the way people find me on Instagram, or Natural Health Sports Therapy is the name of my facility. It's in Costa Mesa, California, and we would love to be able to help anyone that has injuries or who's just struggling with whatever ailment. We really preach maintenance as well, but we'll try and do whatever we can to fix whatever injury you have.
Cool. Thanks for being such a great asset to everybody in motocross.
Always a pleasure, Don.